Welcome to another episode of Solly's Vlog. It's March 1st, and we actually got some sunlight going outside, and it is 65 degrees here in Indiana. I'm digging that. Trying to get the sun out of my face so I won't have to edit much. I haven't done a vlog in a very long time because I've been busy with actual life. Like going to work, coming home, cleaning the house, doing chores, taking care of pets, running errands, all those things. So I haven't had time to actually put into content like I really want to. And that's something that I need to focus on in the spring. The good news is that I'm really happy. I've completed 12 months of being back to work since the pandemic. I've been back at the club for that long. So if most of you don't know, or you'll find out in future vlogs, I work at Dancers Show Club in Indianapolis, which is a gentleman's club, i.e. a strip club, if you're not familiar with it. I hadn't been there in a while because of the pandemic, and we had restrictions for a long period. So there's 6 months that I wasn't back to work previously before I worked in the summer of 2020. However, I took that break, not knowing for sure whether or not I was gonna ever work there again or work in the industry again with all the restrictions due to the pandemic. So now we fast forward to March of 2021. That's when I came back to work. Today's March 1st. Been back a whole year. Very excited about that. Also excited, Thursday night, I'm gonna be making my debut at Proper at the Patron Saint. I've played there a couple of times with Transcension. Transcension is a show that I started in 2020 that was going to highlight trance and certain trance artists, both locally, on a national and a regional level, and actually globally if we can get there. But that event got canceled right during the pandemic. I only ran 2 shows, and when I played at the Saint, they weren't open on Mondays, and that was the only slot available. So what I've kind of decided to do with Transcension, along with my other electronic series, is continue to do the audio aspects of that and actually start to dive into video, because video is something that I want to look at when I'm doing my DJ sets, which is why it's taking forever for me to put out content. However, I'm very excited about playing Proper at the Patron Saint. And so in future vlogs and future videos that I do, I'll kind of talk a little bit more about that, because lately, the last week or so, I've been preparing for my set. But I will say this, it's definitely a different challenge, but it's one that I can handle because of the experience. I feel like having 12 months back at the club, working through my playlist and my sets every night, and I work longer shifts than the average DJ. Average DJ might play anywhere from 90 minutes to 3 hours, depending on the venue. Like if you play at a pub or a regular bar, you'll probably play like 10 to 3. But if you play like at a nightclub like Soundbar in Chicago or Q Nightclub in Seattle, just some instances of clubs I've been to, you're gonna only play maybe a 90-minute set. So that's like 40 or 50 songs, depending on what genre you're playing. But that's not much. So I'm trying to keep the sun out of my eyes. That's not a whole lot, but I worked 10-hour shifts when I started back. And then they went to 11-hour shifts, because originally we were only open till 2 o'clock up until July 1st of 2021. All the bars went to 3 a.m. starting on July 1st of 2021. So that makes an 11-hour shift every Saturday and Sunday. So that's probably about 400 songs a week that I'm responsible for. So playing at a venue like the Patron Saint, where I'm only doing a 90-minute set, a little while ago, that might have been difficult, just depending on how I play music. Now it doesn't seem impossible. The only obstacle that I've had to do is change DJ softwares. And that's something that I'm gonna touch on in future episodes and videos, because currently I use Serato. That's the DJ software I've been using for the last 5 years. And before that, which is kind of a standard in strip clubs, is AUTS DJ, or AUTS AV as they call it. And it's pretty simple. I would like to say, and I'm not trying to be rude to strip club guys, but I would like to say that I'm part of the drag and drop generation, where people make these playlists. And I mean, when you're using a computer like that, there's not much DJing involved, but you still have to be able to keep energy with the crowd and build an awesome set. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. It takes time and it takes patience and it takes experience. So there's a lot of work that goes into DJing, and it's something that I continue to do over the next couple of years. That is my goal. But playing at the Patron Saint this Thursday on March 3rd is a really big moment for me. and I really feel like it's going to open a lot of doors. I think the one thing that I like about where the world is going as far as video and like Web 3.0 and the metaverse and some of these other things that are coming up that's like it's hard to keep up with. One of the things I like is being able to put out content on a consistent basis. And what I mean by that is I don't think there's a such thing as gatekeepers anymore. You have to be able to make your own way. Yes, the world is crazy. We know that there's always going to be something going on in the world that is going to have our cause for concern or something that we fear, whether how we look at the media, no matter who you voted for, no matter what God you worship, how religious you are or aren't. There's something that concerns us in life every day. But the one thing I always tell people, do what you love while you're alive, while you're good at it. Do it. That's how I feel about DJing. I really don't feel like there's gatekeepers anymore in the industry. And the reason why I say there's not gatekeepers in the industry anymore is simply because if you put out content every single day, people are going to notice. That's the thing. You should find something that's simple that you're good at and perfect it and work on it over and over and over again so that you know how to do it. Those things are very, very important. So that's something that I'm looking forward to in 2022. Now that I'm back in the swing of things with DJing, more established at the club, I put 10 years in the dancers and I'm very excited about that. But I'm ready to step out into other venues. Places I've played before, obviously, but playing Thursday night for Proper is a very, very big deal to me and I'm very, very excited. And I'm actually going to do a vlog on it afterwards. But it's something that I really, really, really stress to people. Do what you love and make your own waves. I definitely feel like in the digital world, there's an opportunity for everybody to do something if they choose. Some people want to work a regular 9-to-5 job with 401k and do some retirement stuff, and that's it, and go walk their dogs and take their kids to their sports games and things like that. That's cool. Some people want to do something they really love and actually build a future and build their retirement and everything else that they want in life. And it just really depends on what do you really want out of life. And so right now, this is kind of like a catch-up vlog. But my goal is to try to do more content in the future. My goal is to always put out something daily so that people have something to reference and to continue to document my journey. When I look back at all the DJ mixes that I did in like 2016 and 17 versus now I'm going to go do a 90-minute set at the Patron Saint on Thursday, there's a lot to that. And I'm very blessed and I'm very happy with where I am in my life. I'm very happy with where my DJ career is. So stay tuned on Solly's Vlog. I'm still planning on doing more episodes of the podcast. And I kind of, the thing is, you should always start before you're ready. But I've been doing a lot of reading and research on everything that I want to do. Not just the research of how to put out a podcast or a vlog, but I've been doing the legal side of things, of knowing stuff about copyrights and trademarks and the music stuff. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. So I've kind of taken my time on doing everything. But I will say, the time is now to start putting out content and building your branding, your audience. So hopefully you'll tune into Solly's Vlog. One love.